it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another Go Shelf Yourself. It is May the 4th, so today we are going to check out my Black Series shelves. Before we get into the video, make sure you hit like, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more. Speaks for itself, right? Toys and curly hair and bubbly attitudes. It's all you could want in a collecting video. But yeah, it is Star Wars Day, so we gotta look at the Star Wars stuff. So let's get into it.
And what would your name be, young man?
Jabba the Hutt.
We're gonna kick off the May the 4th Go Shelf Yourself with my Rebels display. You can see I've got most of the characters, actually I would say all the characters that we've gotten in Black Series that are from Rebels. You know, we've got Maul, we've got Zeb, we've got Ahsoka, Sabine, Hera, both Ezras. So I really like that. And on the other side is my other smaller animated display with the Bad Batch. A little dusty up there. I can't reach. I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'9", 5'8.5". Bad Batch, we got Omega and Wrecker, Tech. We got a Kowakian lizard monkey, and we got Ruby, I think is the name. So yeah, they're at the top just because I don't have any more room.
Hello there.
And then up here is the prequel era shelf. We got episode 1 in the back. Bunch of Jedi. Of course, we got Dooku, Ventress, Quinlan Vos, Ahsoka, Anakin, and Obi-Wan up front. And then it leads into, of course, Revenge of the Sith over in the back. And on this side, because we got Grievous, Savage Opress from the Clone Wars. We got, you know, once again, a lot of representation from one of my favorite eras. Listen, I watched the OTs as a kid, but I saw the prequels in theaters. So, you know, that was a whole different experience for me watching Star Wars. So I love the prequels. I don't care what anyone says. You hate on the prequels? Get out of here. Nobody asked for that. And with Star Wars, I don't so much mind having multiple versions of the characters because there's multiple movies with multiple different looks. It's not like Marvel Legends comic books or G.I. Joe's. It's like, no, there's multiple movies where they have very many different looks. And then you bring in the TV shows and all that other stuff. And you can build some really awesome displays. Like this prequel one.
Take these two over to the garage, will you? I want them cleaned up for dinner.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Then, of course, we're starting off the OTO with, of course, A New Hope on this side. There's my hand-painted Greedo back there. Can you see him? It's a little dark. It's a little dark. Where are you, Greedo? Can't really see him. That sucks. But we've got the updated New Hope figures, which we desperately needed. Luke is wearing that helmet, so you can't really see his face, but it is a big improvement over the originals. They are long gone. I hate them. They suck. They're awful. So we got rid of those. We do need a new Ben, and we desperately need a new Darth Vader. I don't care what anyone says. The old one was good enough. Now we need a new one. Going into Empire Strikes Back, of course, we got all the bounty hunters. I'm missing IG-11. Is the only one I'm missing? Or is it IG-88, not IG-11, IG-88. That's the only one of the bounty hunters that I'm missing. There is the duel on Bespin. There's Han and Leia, and then Han and Leia on Hoth back there. And then speaking of Hoth, I'm going to go down here really quick. There is my snow speeder with Dak and Luke on the inside. I would open up, but my nails are drying. I don't want to mess them up, and it's very difficult to open. See, I just painted them not black for once, y'all. They're a different color.
Now, young Skywalker, you will die.
Then, of course, you gotta wrap up the OT trilogy with Return of the Jedi. It is a much smaller shelf, but I like that. Gives the display room to breathe. Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie, period. Favorite of the OT, obviously. Of course, we got Jabba and Salacious Crumb in the back. 3PO, Boba Fett, Han and Carbonite, because, you know, how Return of the Jedi starts. More of Jabba's palace back there. And of course, we got the infamous duel on the Death Star 2 with the Emperor watching Luke and Vader. And then we have Endor. All the Endor you could want. Well, not all of it, because we desperately need more. But we got enough to round out a whole Return of the Jedi display. And I like that. Getting down to the bottom of the shelves here, we are on the post-Empire shelf with The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. It's mostly Mandalorian. Of course, we've got Mando front and center with Grogu, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, Sabine. We got Luke from the end of season 2 of Mandalorian, Cad Bane, IG-11, which is, right? Yeah, IG-11. Custom head sculpt on that Din Djarin back there. Looks really good. Next to the really ugly one that's awful. Yeah, we got pretty much anyone you could want from the current era of Star Wars, which I'm loving this era. I don't care what anyone says. I like Ahsoka. I love Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett was kind of meh, but you know, at least we're getting more Star Wars. That's what I appreciate. So, obviously, Black Series is pretty big part of my collection.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
What isn't a very big part of my collection is the sequel trilogy. I say that, but there's a decent amount down here, and I've gotten rid of a lot of it, actually. I had some doubles of Troopers and all that stuff, and I was just like, why? What's the point of that? We did get a pretty nice head sculpt for Daisy Ridley on this one. We still haven't gotten a good Finn or Poe, or an updated older Leia, or a good head sculpt for Kylo Ren. So this desperately needs some love, but it's also like pretty much Disney won't touch it just because these figures were peg warmers for such a long time. But when they did, you know, the face tech for Rey, it's a really good figure. Like, I don't know why she's turned that way. I really do like this Rey figure. I think she's great. The head sculpt is nice. Of course, we got her little speeder bike there. We got some Sith troopers in the back. And all the different forms of Kylo Ren. They did not give us the rest of the Knights of Ren either. That would be nice to get one day. An updated older Luke would be absolutely fantastic. Like, come on, really, Hasbro? Not even that. We've got a bunch of Porgs, like a bunch of Porgs. We got BD1, BB8, BB8. This guy, I just put him working on the speeder because I don't know what else to do with them. But yeah, not too much to say about this shelf. I also have this Sand Trooper on the dewback, which I also had the older Power of the Force version when I was a kid, so it was nice to get that. And then we've got the only solo thing left in my collection, Enfys Nest on the swoop bike, because I'm like, why do I don't need solo. I don't need that. She's tucked in the corner because I don't know. I don't want to get rid of it, but also it's like, no, I don't really care. But yeah, that is this shelf, and there is one more area all the way up. I'm on the ground. There's one more part of the Star Wars shelf that is tucked away by itself.
Yes, kill him. He was weak. Rokan, kill him and you can take your rightful place at my side. No!
Down over here in this corner of the room, we've got my little gaming area, which has Starkiller, Cal Kestis, and Battlefront, KOTOR with Revan. So we do have some rep there. It's mostly just troopers, but of course we got the second sister, Flame Trooper, yeah, Purge Troopers. And that is it for all of my Star Wars stuff. I don't have any more Star Wars, y'all. That is literally it. All my childhood stuff, gone. Get out of here. Not good enough. Not good enough. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Luke, I am your father. No, the line is no. I am your father. That's the line.
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
Return to
The mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? Review figures and toys and stuff. Aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, geez, Rick, you know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos, so maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.